afternoon, bloody hell, nearly took the eyes out. Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, my voice is a bit croaky. Me and Ant are pleased to be standing beside you right here. Standing beside you right here on say, I know there's some cars coming up. And I know what they look like. I know.
Oh, I mean, I've got, can I say semi?
No, you can't say that. You can say semi-articulated lorry.
I have a semi-articulated lorry.
There you go.
For the last of the bear.
No one. Excuse me, young lady. Look over there. Nothing's here. There you go. Perfect. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Classic Motor Show 2018. Welcome to the Wheeler Dealer Live Stage.
Guys, so we've actually managed to gather quite a nice group of people. This is the biggest indoor car restoration show, classic car show in Europe, the biggest gathering of car clubs ever in the world. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the NEC Classic Car Show!
So much better, so much better. Right, come on, hold out your hand, come on. Come on, we're going to go for it.
Do you know he's out LA? He's gone all LA.
I've got all LA, yeah, I've got
Ever
all
since
LA.
he moved to America.
Isn't it lovely? How are you, sir? How are you? Do you know what? We really appreciate it when you lot come down here and you come to see us. It makes such a difference. All right, sir, how are you? How are you all? You all right? Good to see you, good to see you, good to see you. Nice
so this morning Mike was giving people hugs.
Oh yeah,
he was actually
young
going
lady
to
she gets a free hug.
Oh gosh.
Keep it going,
Hashtag me too.
I know! My Uncle Harvey, he taught me a lot. How are you, young man? I like that t-shirt, it's very good. Well listen, me and Ant really appreciate you coming down. This is the favourite part of the show for us because we're about to talk about some superheroes. And not all superheroes wear capes.
Careful, mind your hips.
Easy, tiger. Some superheroes just walk around with orange little hoodies, little zipper jackets on, with a little bear on the front and the back, and they really are superheroes. So let's find out who they are, a little bit about them as we welcome on stage Mr. Alan Moss from the Sporting Bears. Over to you. I'm going to catch my breath.
Okay, so Alan, right, if you're in the car community, you're absolutely 100% going to know these chaps. If you're not, Alan, tell a newcomer exactly what Sporting Bears is and what you do.
Hello everyone, Sporting Bears is a club that was formed 29 years ago with the sole aim of raising money for children's charities by the use of our classic and sports cars. We use them, we don't park them. We do it by the basis that you make a donation, 100% of which will go to the charities that we're supporting. There are 7 at this event, and we take you for a free ride in our cars. We've got all sorts of different cars, some of which you will get to see in a moment. There's over 60 cars over there in the garage just behind, and you are very welcome to take a ride with us. And to date, we have raised more than £2.3 million for children's charities.
That's a phenomenal, but get this guys, so we are in this unbelievable sector. We're all here because we're car lovers. So these are all volunteers. They volunteer their own car, their own fuel, their own insurance. They service it, prepare it, they bring it here under their own steam, and then they give 100% of the proceeds. 100% goes to the charity to help needy children. Now, whereabouts are you in the hall? Because what's going to happen after this is everyone's going to flood over there and get themselves in a car.
Right, well, we're in Hall 5. We're over at the other side there. You'll see what we call the garage, which has got all the cars in. We've got a big yellow gazebo, and there's a big sign hanging down. And over there, you'll see the cool walls, we call it, which has all the cars that are available, suggested donation. There are people to help you choose, answer questions. You make your donation, we take you for a ride.
Fantastic. Okay, so we really want you to enjoy what's about to come up on stage. We're going to give you a little taster of what you can drive in, what you can pay, and how much you can enjoy basically what is a moving motor show today. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Alan Moss. Thank you, Alan. He is an amazing guy. Alan, give your microphone to the next driver, please. That'd be fantastic. So the first car we're going to bring up, famous car built right here in the UK, in Blackpool actually. The guy who owns it is called Jeremy. I'm very much looking forward to seeing him. This is a TVR Chimaera 500. What a weapon this bad boy is. Look at that. Up it comes and stop there. Give him a big round of applause. Now you can see, I can tell you straight away, Jeremy is a popular man. I can tell you for why, because his car is wet. That means it's been out there working and earning money this morning. Jeremy, go and stand to one side if you don't mind. That's fantastic. We want to see the car. Look at that. Do you love that? You do love it? Does it do it for you, sir? It does it for you, it does it for me. Oh, what a car, Ant.
Right, Jeremy, so first of all, introduce yourself to the crowd and tell us a little bit about your car.
Okay, so I'm Jeremy, I'm from Leicester. I've had the Chimaera for 3.5 years. It's a 500 5-litre version. It's been breathed on a little bit since TVR made it. When it was manufactured, they had a claimed brake horsepower, about 320 brake horsepower. The reality was most of the 5 litres were about sort of 270, 280. That's had quite a bit done to it. It's got a gas flow port match cylinder head on it, enlarged inlet plenum, running a mega squirt ECU with coil pack, so it's actually putting out about 320 brake horsepower.
0 to 60?
About 4 seconds apparently.
4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, license.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, and top speed?
I've had about 140 out of it.
Really?
On a runway doing
Have you? Now you know he's a police officer.
That's fine. No, he's on a runway doing dream rides at Aintree.
So this is really interesting because we get to see loads of cars, but really we never get to see the people. So why is it you do this? You choose to bring your cars, spend your time, your fuel, your insurance to help this charity?
Well, it's over the years I've been involved in various car clubs and various motorsport activities, and just getting out, being able to give something back to charities and getting people to experience the cars. It's great being in car clubs where you go and stand in fields and kick the tyres and look how shiny they are, but for me, it's all about driving the car and sharing that experience with people, and the Sporting Bears Club allows me to do that.
Right, so I'm now going to go all Mike Brewer on you. I want to know what it's going to cost.
So a dream ride in this, £20.
What?
Cheap and cheap.
I beg your pardon?
£20.
So,
get out in this car today.
Sorry, squeeze me. How long is the drive?
We do about 10 miles.
What? Sorry, 10 miles for 20 quid?
Yep.
So you're going to burn £50 worth of your fuel for 20 quid, and all the money goes to charity. You don't take a single penny out for hotel accommodation, transportation, getting here, polishing the car, pumping up the tyres, servicing it, filling it up with petrol. You don't take a single penny.
Not a penny.
Told you, not all heroes wear capes.
So guys, before you think about buying a can of Coke and a packet of crisps at the NEC, spend your £20 and go out in a TVR. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give him a huge round of applause,
Yeah,
please?
well done, Jeremy. Jeremy, the Wheeler Dealer family, and all the people at the NEC, we absolutely love you. Listen to this bad boy leave the stage. This is an incredible car. So we want to drive this out for 20 quid. Amazing. What a hooligan. Now this next car, I've actually restored one of these on Wheeler Dealers. I've got a little story about one of these as well. It's really funny. Really funny. It's really hot. Oh yeah, that is hot. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Adam and the 2002. Oh, I love this car. Noble M12 GTO. What a car! What a car! Oh God, I love that. Seriously.
Oh, this is amazing. I love it. I love it. Noble pulls up and a homeless-looking man gets out.
It's a fair point.
It's a fair point. I'm going to tell you just how mesmerising these cars are. And if you've not had the driving experience, even in the passenger seat, you can experience it today. They are the motoring equivalent of a legal race car. You don't actually drive this car, you don't drive it at all, you wear this car, it becomes part of you. If you think I want to be there on the road, it goes there on the road. If you think I want to get to that horizon in this amount of time, you get to that horizon in that amount of time. They are intoxicating, mesmerising, they're insane. And I absolutely love them. Restoring one of those on Wheeler Dealers was one of the best things we ever did. What a great car.
So, Adam, introduce yourself to the crowd and tell us a bit about your car.
Hi, good afternoon all. I'm Adam. Yeah, this is my Noble. I've owned it for 1.5 years. What can I say? Mike says everything. It's an amazing car and massively flatters me, and obviously detracts from the beard.
Well, I mean, you must have been busking for years to buy this car. So, you had a choice to buy any car. Why did you choose this?
Because it's a driver's car, it's really focused, and there's not many of them. It makes
There's not.
Unique.
So this is your chance to be a salesman. So let's say, because you can take a passenger out.
And can I say, Anne, before we get there, pounds per bang out of this
Bang
car,
per buck.
bang per buck, that's the word I wanted to use, is just insane. I mean, you would have to spend £1 big, massive six-figure sum and buy something like a hyper Ferrari to even get close to the experience this gives you. It gives you a gobsmacking experience. It really is a switched-on car. And to think, I mean, just for you to do this today, Adam, to think that somebody can turn up here and pay you a few quid to go for a ride in this car, it's mind-blowing. The experience they will have in this car, dare I say, particularly in the wet today, you will have you will have the time of your blooming life just watching him wrestle at the steering wheel. Go for it, Anne.
So let's say we give you an opportunity. You've got, say, 15 seconds to be a salesman on behalf of Sporting Bears and your Noble.
Oh.
Sell a ride in this car to these good people.
So it's a £40 ride today.
What?
£40 for 10 miles.
Done.
With all slightly worn track day tyres. It will be slippy, it will be fast, it will be fun.
Done.
He's gone down the danger route.
He has gone down the danger route. Absolutely 100% done. If I can find, if Andrea, my show wife, can give me, well, hold on, you're going to do 10 miles. If she can give me 1 minute away from the stage, you'll probably do it in 1 minute, won't you, 10 miles in that car? I'd love a ride in that. What an amazing thing. I can't tell you, Alan, what it means to us as the extended family here at the Classic Motor Show. You, Alan, have given up your time, your car, your passion, your enthusiasm, put yourself up in our hotel, you've driven all the way here, got your beautiful car wet and dirty, all for the experience of giving somebody a thrill and making money for charity. You, sir, are a hero.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, keep clapping as the Noble leaves the stage. This is really this is what's great about this car sector, why we love it so much. We come to shows like this. 94,000 people came to this show last year, and already I know it's going to be bigger. It's the biggest Friday we've ever had yesterday. We've had it in Abbott Hall. So we're all coming together, and the fact that we do it for charity is amazing. 2.7 million, but we're going to try and hit the 3 million mark.
I mean, just look at it at the back. I mean, it should be on the Le Mans circuit, shouldn't it?
This car's interesting.
This one belongs to John. I've never seen one up close and personal. I can't wait to find out all about it. Stop, John. I'll tell you why, because I want to get your experience. This is something else. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as we meet John and this quite incredible Wiseman MF4 GT from 2008. Look at this bad boy. Nobody told him to come on, did they? You walk down here. Yeah, give me a big round of applause. Look at that. Oh my God. Sugar. Now that's going to be at least a couple of £100 to go for a drive around Birmingham in that. Look at it. That is just... You, sir, I don't mind. I'm going to say, sir, just stand to one side 1 second. You have the most smug-looking face right now at the NEC. Yeah. And I don't blame you. Look at that car. What can you tell us about it?
Just quickly, just show of hands, who's physically seen, touched, or been up close to a Wiseman before? 1, 2,
Jeez.
3 people. So, for the rest of you, this is the owner of a Wiseman. Tell the guys, obviously nobody really knows about it, as much as you can about this car.
Well, it's pretty rare. The Wiseman factory built about 1,500 over 20 years, that's all. I haven't seen any others in this country. They are traditional English sports car look, but German engineering. So it's really, really well built. The previous owner, so the first owner of this car would have chosen everything. They're all hand built. The leather, the stitching. It's a 4.8 litre V8 BMW engine. The car weighs 1,200 kilos, so it goes like, am I allowed to say shit off a shovel?
You can say that, yes.
Yeah, it goes like that. It's
I mean, seriously,
luxury.
I'm not being funny, John. You can say whatever you bloody like right now. Seriously, my jaw won't come off the floor. That's just unbelievable, that car. Being up close to that's just exquisite. Every part of it is purposeful. Every part of it looks like it means something. That's just
It's so weird, because I love the kind of concept of design, and I know Wiseman have had big problems as a business.
Well, they went bust, so it's actually, this is an appreciating asset as well. So there's even less of them around.
I think there's rumours of a restart as well at the moment, isn't there?
Yeah, they've been bought by a British guy who's trying to get the factory restarted. But to be honest, the amount of effort that went into building these cars originally, and because they had such high quality, it's going to be really, really difficult. So if they do launch any new ones, I can't see them being to the same standard as the original ones.
Oh, are you trying to sell the car right now?
I am indeed.
You are?
I want to know about values, actually. So, because this is such a rare car, not many people know about it. What did this car retail at?
Well, this car, when it was built in 2008, was sold for about 200,000 US dollars.
And today?
Well, today they're pretty priceless. So you can't put a price on it because there aren't any.
Are you kidding? It's Mike Brewer.
I wouldn't sell it
He
to
will
Mike.
give you 8 grand now.
8 grand for a ride, you can have 20 miles instead of 10.
Right, well, okay, let's talk about cash then. So, an opportunity to be a passenger in a Wiseman for 10 miles. This is a rare opportunity. How much is it going to cost? And all of this goes to children's charities. How much?
It's £50.
£50.
How much?
£50. I want to know about stats because it looks beautiful. It's obviously engineered beautifully well. Give us some stats.
No, hold on, squeeze me. I was being...
Yes, £50, Mike.
What? Squeeze me? 50 quid? Seriously?
£50, that's all. For a car that you will never see on the road.
And nobody's ever going to get to experience it really ever again unless they're doing it right now to the... You know you are going to become the most popular man at the NEC this afternoon. You know you're going to be peddling this car
Are you kidding
like an
me?
Uber driver.
Have you seen his 6'2" Swedish girlfriend?
Yeah, she is quite fair. Anyway, so go on. Let's get some stats out of this car then. Go on.
So it's 4.8 litre V8 engine, 0 to 60, about 4 seconds.
Nice.
Top speed, about
Tasty.
170 miles an hour.
Jesus.
We're not going to do that around Birmingham though, just to be clear.
Yeah, the Brummy Plod would not like that. Guys, it is an amazing piece of kit, and from a car builder's perspective, I love looking at cars like this because low volume cars are really where it's at, and you know, this whole globe has had a history of failed projects. We've seen a TVR went bust, Wiseman go bust. It's so fantastic, I love it. I'm going to crawl round it later, if that's okay with you.
50 quid, you can have a ride.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have to give our hands up. This guy is a hero.
Yeah, John, that is just an amazing car. And for letting people like this
Thank you.
to experience this car for just 50 quid. And all of the 50 quid goes to charity. You, sir, are an amazing hero. I mean, seriously, Anne. Seriously.
Yeah, it is a great car. But so if you get a chance, now we've got one car to come.
Yeah, but
I'm going to lie down.
I know you're going to... I knew that was going to happen. I just see the next car that's coming up. He's going to get a little bit fizzy over the next car, so he might have to go and sit down.
Right, okay, so...
You're going to photo this car. You're going to take more pictures of this car than
I wasn't
you do
thinking of
your
photograph,
children
I was
today.
thinking of getting a rag and doing something else. But wash your minds out, you dirty...
Go on, this next car.
Right, I was born in 1979, so I am firmly, I mean, you call me a millennial, I'm not a millennial, but I'm firmly in the hot hatch era. And the hot hatch is made up, as we know, of the Golf GTI, 205 GT Turbo, the Renault 5 GT, and there is a car. How long have I been looking for this car? Seriously?
Well, we've known each other now 6 years, and I think in the first time we met was here, and probably by that time we were in the pub in the evening, and we were going through what's our favourite cars, and this was at the top of your list. This was, I'm getting one of these, I want one, I'm going to have one, I'm going to get one.
I have
in the last 6 years, not only has this become quite funny, not only can we not find him one, and I've been looking, and I can find everything, to add insult to injury, in America, our American cameraman, who happens to be a lowly cameraman, turned up for work in one, and Ant, you may have seen it on social media, just was beside himself.
I stole it.
He stole it. He just jumped out.
And let me set the scene. So that very weekend, McLaren phoned me up and say, hey, we're going to lend you the new 720S. That's a supercar. We're going to give it to you, borrow it, let us know what you think. So I borrowed it, and in my opinion, the 720S is the best current road car.
Absolutely,
It is
I love
phenomenal.
it.
And I was like, yeah, 720. And then the cameraman turns up in this, and I never went in the 720S again. Sorry, McLaren, and if you're recording this...
Right, go and sit down there then, and why I bring on this car that's going to get you all getting with excitement, and I think the audience as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I think the man's name is Kent, I do believe. Let me introduce to you the absolutely amazing 1985 Renault 5 Turbo 2! I've never seen a
Guys, it's a Renault 5 GT Turbo!
This is a Turbo 2. This is the rear engine version of the Renault 5 GT Turbo. This is the hot version. Finished in pearlescent white, completely standard. This car, did I get that right? Is it Kent? It is Kent. Yeah, and put him down, put him down, put him down.
I love you. I love you. So
well, let me explain why this car emotes somebody like that. Let me explain. Okay, so when you think about it, VW, they created the hot hatch phase and the whole craze of it with the Volkswagen Golf GTI. Then everyone jumped on the bandwagon, everyone did it. So you had the Golf GTI, and then from the Golf GTI we got the Peugeot 205 GTI. From Peugeot, then we ended up with Renault, with the Renault 5 GT Turbo. And then they started to fight each other. There was this sort of arms race between the manufacturers. Who could build a better car? Who could build a... Oh dear, oh dear. Well, Ken, good luck. Good luck. Yes, drive it like you stole it. So then they started to fight amongst each other who could build a better car. These manufacturers, and every single person was having a go at it back then. And it was like, and it was. He's just such an idiot. He really is such an idiot. This is what it's like working every day. Find that stage, isn't it? There's no much left by the time you finish it. It's been brilliant. So let me explain. So there was a bit of an arms race between the manufacturers. They're all going at it. Everyone's trying to outdo each other. If you can imagine what the Motoring Press was like back then, you had Autocar, Motor Magazine, and they're all trying to grab those headline figures, have that car on the front cover of magazines all across Europe. And nobody was paying attention when the little French people over at Renault took a Renault 5 GT Turbo and to homologate car for the Rally Championship, took the engine, a turbo 2-litre engine, and they dumped it straight in the rear of the car, therefore creating the Turbo 2. And by default, when you do that, you need to lengthen out the wheel arches, you need to get air passing through into the ducts so it can get cooling into the engine, and you create instantly what becomes an absolute icon. And then get this, not only is that car a homologation of a rally car, you then put it in your car dealerships and in the UK and all across Europe, and you say, you can buy it. Members of the public can come and buy this car. And some people like this man are fortunate enough to own one now. That is something else. It tells such a great story, this car, and that's why I love it.
Yeah, don't use a black light in there.
And
I'm so sorry. Honestly, this is the greatest car. So, how long have you owned her?
6 years.
And why did you choose a Renault 5?
I saw them racing in the 80s, couldn't afford them, and then by the time I could afford them, 30 years later, I just fell in love with it in a showroom in London, had to have it, didn't have the nerve to tell the wife for 2 months I bought it, I had to do stage payments. When she saw the car arrive, because I said, love, we'd like to go into a classic car market, she said, absolutely brilliant. She was expecting an MG, an E-Type, something.
Oh, trust me, you got some action that night.
No, she didn't speak to me for a week.
What?
And she said, that is the ugliest car I have ever seen.
Is she here?
No, she won't even
Yeah, damn right, I'll kick her out.
So for Christmas, she bought me a sign, Le Laid, called The Ugly in French, so that was my Christmas present. So
listen, I know loads of really cool single women, and if it's not working out, you can just...
No. So we went to the DVLA and said, has the number plate LEL41D ever been released? So for 18 months, I had to phone them every 3 months to say LEL41D, which was Le Laid, and we've actually got the plate on it now.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh,
so there's a story saying The Ugly in French.
So wait a minute, I'm going to do a little... This is totally unscripted, as you know, so I'm going to just do a little bit of a test. Hold the answer. Mike, 6 years, he bought this car 6 years ago in a showroom in London, probably a premium. What do you reckon he paid 6 years ago?
40 grand.
What did you pay?
35.
Oh, he's good. Okay, so what do you think it's worth now?
120 grand.
What do you think it's worth now?
75.
I think it's worth
75.
Take it.
Take his money. Sorry, I'm in dollars. Sorry, I'm also in dollars. Sorry, I'm in dollars.
Yeah.
No, I reckon it'd probably make a big number if it was to run through the Silverstone Classics here. Tevin White, there's not that many about anymore.
Genuine mileage, original.
Not like this.
I said to my mum, who is here today, I've bought a Renault 5.
You come to a car show with your mum and not your wife?
With my mum, yeah, not mine. And I said, Mum, I've bought a Renault 5 Turbo for 35 grand and the headlining's gone. And she said, quick as a flash, so's the bloke who bought it. Which I thought was
absolutely brilliant.
But now, 6 years later, it's doubled the price.
Absolutely.
Is that your mum?
Where is she? Yeah,
She's right there. She's lovely.
I've got to meet your mum. Look, she's filming this as well.
She is. She's a proud mother. You can see that. She's a very proud mother. Let's get back, if you don't mind, let's just get back 1 second to the charity, because you've got an incredibly precious car, and a car that, you know, some people might lock this behind a piece of glass and stare at it, but you decided on a rainy day in Birmingham to take the car out. You brought it up here, you're going to don your orange outfit, you're going to wear your cape, it's in the back of the car, you wear your cape, and you're going to take somebody for a 10-mile jaunt around Birmingham in one of the most iconic cars ever created. How much, and I gather, like the guy with the Wiseman, I gather you are going to be a very popular man this afternoon. How much does it cost to go for a ride?
It's 50 quid.
Oh my God.
But you have, it's 0 to 60 is about a week in modern standards.
Yep.
Not if I'm driving.
But the acceleration, not if you're driving it, but I'm keeping to the speed limits, but the acceleration through the gears and the turbo kicking in is awesome.
It's unbelievable.
And it's like driving a go-kart in the dry, in the wet.
It's hilarious.
Like driving an ice skate.
It's hilarious in the wet. Honestly, it's worth 50 quid. Get your camera out just to watch it go, trying to see it keep on the straight and narrow. I absolutely love that car. I think it's the... truthfully, out of all the cars I've seen here today, this has absolutely been the highlight.
It's cute, isn't it?
It's just amazing, amazing. To think it's me who thinks we did that. Mankind was stupid enough to go, do you know what, let's do it. Let's put an 2 litre in the back of the car. Yeah. Let's homologate a rally car for people to walk into a showroom and buy it. How daft we were. But that was when we were brilliant back then, and that's why I love that car so much.
Like, listen, I only want to ask Mum one question, and it's this. What did you think at the moment that you realised your son was a legend?
When he was born.
Oh, what a great answer.
Right, so round of applause for Mum. Thank you so much. Guys, this is the last car as well. I think you'll join us. Let's make a really big loud clap, because they're just over there, and we want to show our appreciation to how much these guys do with their cars, their time. Loud enough so that they can hear it. Ladies and gentlemen, Sporting Bears.
The Sporting Bears, ladies and gentlemen. The Sporting Bears. Now we're going to get to a really exciting part of the show, and this is good because both me and Ant, we've got our own personal cars here. Yeah, I know. Look at that at the back, it's just incredible, isn't it? Now me and Ant have got our own personal cars here this year. First of all, let's talk about Ant's car. It's behind